now. Hello everyone, Blue Star Saber here, and I am not in a Lucky Chi podcast for a change, or a Narusaku one. Instead, I'll be doing my own one, but of course, don't worry, I've got some members of the Narusaku crew here with me today. Introduce yourselves, my friends.
Who goes first?
Ladies first.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, so hi, Chad here, and we're gonna be talking about a lot of things today, and hope you guys you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
And the second co-hostess with the mostest, LKNMJH, also known as Steve. And yeah, it seems like whether it's you, Lucky Chi, seems like whenever you guys talk about Naruto, you manage to bring me out of the woodwork.
It's just that's how it works. But yes, but speaking of that, yes, we are talking about Naruto, although something very specific, something I've been thinking of doing for a while. I forget if I'm going to try and do my own podcasting and own streaming and stuff. I'm thinking of, let's see, talking about perhaps perhaps the most famous arc in Part 2, maybe even the most popular in the series, and just depending on who you ask, probably the last good arc of Naruto, the infamous Pain arc, in which you have, let's see, Naruto training to avenge his master Jiraiya from also a former student, and the public figure of leader of the Akatsuki, Pain, also known as Nagato. Let's see. So yeah. Let's see, as we join this arc in perhaps an epic battle in which between the two, in which ideals clash. Let's see, some revelations and probably stuff that will define the series to come. But anyway, to begin the setup of the arc, let's see. The arc was like, let's see, since this arc happened like 12 years ago, I might be a bit jogging some memories, but from the setup.
Can you imagine sorry to interrupt, how much time has passed since then?
Right. Yeah, I know. So much time.
Yeah. Let's see, 6 years ago, Naruto's finished, and now we're stuck in our houses because of a global virus.
And what to do best than talk about Naruto?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, heck, we got time to do, so let's talk about a manga series that, let's see, once filled us with joy, and now all we do is complain about. But anyway. Oh yeah, let's see. So anyway, the setup is this arc is a sort of direct, in a sense, a direct sequel of sorts to the Itachi and Sasuke arc, mainly because in the side plot of that arc, you had Jiraiya trying to investigate what appears to be the leader of the Akatsuki in the Rain Village, Pain, though, as we've probably learned it's from this arc, the mastermind is a masked man calling himself Madara Uchiha at the time, who went by the name of Toby. But of course, we all know who Toby's real identity is, thanks to the war. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So during Pain, as a result of this arc, killed Jiraiya, but Jiraiya managed to figure out who Pain really is. Given the fact he seems to have a former associate, given the fact that Pain and his partner Conan, he believes is to be Nagato, who were once former students under him during the Second Great Shinobi War, and now they've become the two high-ranking members of the terrorist organization, the Akatsuki. Now Pain is targeting Naruto due to orders on the masked man. But as for the Sasuke, what else it falls up on is the fact that after many years, it's about 8 or 7 years of publication of Naruto, you finally have Sasuke achieving his goal of killing Itachi. But we've learned that Itachi killed the Uchiha clan under of the Kahona higher-ups. So now Sasuke is vowing revenge on the Kahona of sorts, though during the meeting, of course, we have him. The Akatsuki, let's see, Toby is asking him how he tends to do that, though he claims at the time, let's see, that he only wants to kill the elders. Let's see, he has nothing against the villagers, but as we know, later, it's revealed that he wants to kill everyone. But before we get to that, this is where Yakatsuki and Taka form an alliance. So, what do you make of the whole exchange?
Uh, hmm. Well, as build up to what is, I suppose, arguably an infamous arc. I'm not too really sure on that, but
Mhm.
as build up to it, I mean, it's a solid start.
Mhm.
Obviously, at that point in time, we really only knew what Toby Obito would be willing to tell Sasuke, who in turn represents the audience reading the manga.
Mhm. Yeah.
And well, honestly, it does build up. It builds up a lot of mystery. It builds up a lot of mystery,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it's certainly, at least for Sasuke's character, decent enough motivation to just extend his revenge to not only Itachi, but now he's got his sights set on Danzo and the rest of the elders.
Which will cause him to clash with Kahona, aka causing him to clash with Naruto. Even though,
Exactly.
yeah. So in a sense, you see, this is what we assume was Sasuke, how Sasuke is going to clash with Naruto at this point. But let's see, and one interesting aspect I found about this part was that you still have Suigetsu, who still wants to face Kizame, but Sasuke says he's not strong enough to face him yet. So there's still this promise of possibly a Suigetsu / Kizame fight at the time. Granted,
Yep.
we all know that it's eventually Guy who takes out Kizame, but this is what happened at the time. So yeah. Let's see. One interesting thing about this exchange is, let's see, Toby says, since Sasuke hasn't got the power to destroy the leaf, how about we team up? In exchange, if you get this one-tailed beast for me, we'll let you use it to fight Kahona.
Yep.
At the time, Sasuke did not know what tailed beasts were. Well, he knew about the Nine Tails, but he didn't know that it was part of a group. So, and you have this little... Sorry, go on.
Sorry?
You were going to say something, chat?
No, I was gonna say he didn't know exactly what a tail beast means.
Mm-hmm.
He just knew the concept at large.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. It was fun enough. The member, let's see, Karin, that was the one that knew amongst the members attacker. Though granted, I would have thought someone like Sugetsu would have probably known, since his village technically had two, one of them being a Mizukage, but we don't know that yet. But oh well, details. But yeah. So one thing I kind of like is in this bit is you have Sasuke smirking about the Katsuki not having Naruto. Of course, the Katsuki said that we'll deal with him, but yeah. So anyway, the meeting ends with Taka and the Akatsuki in agreement, and then Toby then just talks with Zetsu about all that's transpired. And it's revealed that, yeah, now Itachi's gone, I'm going to destroy the village, so we're being a much more active role from Toby, which we do, of course, but yeah. But anyway, we go to the Cloud Village, and let's see, we get, let's see. Oh, you're having problems hearing me. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, it came back right now, but for some seconds, about 10 seconds, I guess. I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay, well, let's see, I've raised my audio, but yeah. But anyway, we get Taka. Let's see, agreeing to go after
Hachibi.
yeah, in which we get this rather. Oops, is this the Taka? Let me just find. Let's find an image.
Well, the fight that ensues is is it's somewhat interesting, but at this point in the series, it's nothing too special. We learn a bit more about the Eight Tails' powers and
Oh,
Yeah.
and what B
Oh,
can do as his host, but the fight ultimately ends up being rather I don't want to say pointless, but maybe rather redundant.
but yeah. But anyway, we get the. But we do. I just wanted to share the screen image here. We get the Taka wearing the Akatsuki getup, which has a bit of long-term consequences of to the Cloud Village finding out that Sasuke is part of the Akatsuki. But yeah, during this time, we get Sasuke. We get the introduction of a tailed beast, a Jinchuriki, the one of the few that's able to control the tailed beast, Killer Bee. And this is the first time.
and
Sorry, go on.
wasn't this the point, if I recall correctly, where we learned that a host can break out of a genjutsu with the help of its tail beast?
Yes,
Yes.
was completely ignored in the last, but hey. But yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. But yeah, we have, Taka here. It's introduction of the tailed beast. But anyway, it's quite exciting, really, because for this point in the series, the only other Jinchuriki we meet and learned about was Gaara. But now we get this brand new one from the Cloud Village. Let's see, the rapper Killer Bee, who's personally my favorite character introduced in part 2. But yeah, so we get this
Mhm.
pretty well decent, let's see, fight, of course, that Steve mentions that kind of becomes a bit irrelevant, but at the same time, I do like it. This is probably the first fight actually seeing Taka working together as a team, but yeah. But of course, the fight has a bit of consequences. As let's see, we still record. Stop share. Let's see, still recording. Let's see, thank goodness. Let's see. But as we end up, the consequence of this fight is due to the fact that Sasuke got caught capturing what appears to be Killer Bee. Let's see, the Cloud Village learns about Sasuke's involvement, and then they're sending an escort team, funny enough, ones of Killer Bee's students, to go to the Leaf to inform that they'll be the ones dealing with Sasuke. So this causes a bit of complications for Naruto in trying to bring Sasuke back to the village, because now you've got the Cloud Village hunting down Sasuke. But we'll
Yep.
come to that a bit later. But then the most interesting thing is what it's going to. This is what sets up the next arc, the Kage Summit arc, as the Rai is now calling all 5 Kage to now try and deal with this Akatsuki threat, since in the Cloud Village they took Yugito before, and now, let's see, now his brother Killer Bee. But yeah, anyway, we've gone on about the Taka stuff long enough. We'll get more back to it later when we're talking about overall thoughts, but one thing that next we finally get, let's see, even though this happens, let's see, at the same time, let's see, we get Naruto learning about Jiraiya's death, and, well, as expected, he's gut-wrenched about it.
Hmm.
Let's see, in fact, he gets mad at Tsunade, probably says a few things that probably wouldn't have said otherwise. It takes both Iruka to cheer him up and Shikamaru to show Kunai is pregnant with Asuma's child, about them being next generation, to get him out of his sort of funk.
Hmm.
And they begin now trying to decipher Jiraiya's message, which Naruto. So, go on, chat.
The code. I was talking about the code.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the code. The real one is not there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Granted, let's see. It's done in Japanese speaking language, so for perhaps non-Japanese speaking audience, it might be a bit confusing at first. But yeah, but the code is discovered through Jiraiya's novel, which had a very funny moment with Kakashi, too embarrassed to say what was in the book. But anyway, but after the code has been discovered, let's see, Fukasaku, I think it is. I don't know. But the great toad but one of the great small toads, one of Jiraiya's sage mentors, offers to train Naruto in the sage arts to go train to see if this would be enough to help beat pain. So we have Naruto going off to train while the rest of the village is investigating. And here we learn of the concept of sage. Well, here we learn all the sage mode, sage arts that Jiraiya was using in the previous arc against pain. In a sense, it's like a new form of power that is a kind of a substitute for like using the Nine Tails and all that stuff. Granted, the Nine Tails also interferes with Naruto's use of this thing.
Yeah, basically here we get some sort of another perspective of the whole chakra concept.
Yeah.
We knew in the beginning that chakra was the energy one's body produces along with the spiritual one. But here we finally get a new perspective, and we learn that the only energy isn't just that one presented to us in the beginning, but also the natural energy surrounding us.
In many ways, it's like the force, but hey. But yeah. But yeah. But yeah, so.
Yeah. And you know, it's weird because I'm thinking now in terms of where Borto went with the story. I don't know that much because at some point I interrupted my following to it. But from what I saw some time ago, Borto basically tries to go with the whole concept in the sense of spiritual energy, because they keep getting these power-ups from, I don't know, the Ototsukis or something like that. But in the source material, the Naruto series, basically the whole spiritual energy wasn't that tough to tap in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas the natural energy was. And it's funny to like observe this change in dynamics, since from what I heard and saw some pictures, it was, what's his name, Mitsuki, I think. He gets the Sage mode just like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, wasn't that supposed to be the hardest part of getting
Oh, yeah. From
new
what
power up? But then again, it all changed, so who knows anymore.
Granted, he had I suppose it's a difference. It's Snake Sage mode, though it was Toad Sage mode. Naruto first had to try and stand still, otherwise, try and balance the chakras, otherwise, consequences, he turns into a stone or a frog, which.
Yeah.
Not even,
Those were the days.
let's see, which is not even his interest, so yeah. We get some funny explanations with Gabakichi, who's reintroduced in this arc, and he's a lot bigger now, the same size as Naruto. He went from a little toad and now same size as Naruto, but yeah. So yeah. So, but of course, there's also some technicalities with the problem, whereas that Naruto's able to balance himself, but let's see, in order to make sure that he keeps remaining in Sage mode, he needs to fuse with Fukasaku? Fukasaku, yeah. But let's see, what he can't really do that because the Nine Tails doesn't want that happening. The little petty fox. He's saying, "How dare you use my other power than my own?" So yeah, so that keeps him there. Granted, Naruto finds a way to do it, which we end up finding in the actual Pain fight. But anyway, I suppose we should now get on to the Pain Assault. We have, let's see, Pain with his six pass. Hold on, let me just share that. Let's see. We have, let's see, the 6 pass of Pain here, granted. The summoning Pain here is different, it's a female one. We have the 6 pass of Pain ready to, assault Kahona. let's see, begin operations, which, from what we can tell, they divide into two teams. Let's see, the Deva, I'm trying to remember all the paths to pain. The Deva summoning, and I'm trying to remember what the mechanical one was called. Oh boy, it's really been a while since I've read this, but yeah. Well, I think the human. Let's see, go.
Deva, Asura, human, animal, Preta, and Naraka.
Oh yeah, they split into two teams: the interrogation and the let's see, diversion, which I believe Conan is with the diversion, where instead of trying to infiltrate the way Itachi did, they're just throwing the summoning in, make them think there's one intruder, but instead the summoning one will cause them all to appear in and cause a bit of confusion, which they do, and we get a bit of an assault. Let's see, with the robotic one shooting out missiles all over the place, while the summoning one is, summoning all the animal summons that Pain can do. One of them, which gets Sakura clashes with, which knocks out in one punch, which is always a badass moment. No, granted. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get these divides into these. Let's see, Leaf trying to beat Pain, but they're getting slaughtered at the time being. And our first major battle is, of course, Kakashi versus the Deva Path and the robotic one, backed up by Choji, his father, and a few Leaf ninjas. And the resulting fight ends up with Kakashi dying at the thing, which I'm pretty sure for everyone here was probably shocking at the time. Because you had not only a villain killing Jiraiya, but now Kakashi.
It's killing the whole village, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, it results in, let's see, as Tsunade attempts to try and bring in Naruto, let's see, the council won't allow it, but then Danzo kills the messenger. And this is where Danzo begins making his move, lets Tsunade take the fall. So, yeah. But of course, then Pain and Tsunade have a bit of a chat, and afterwards, Pain blows up the village, and it results in Sakura calling out to Naruto to come in and save them, which he ended up.
It's still one of the most impacting, moments when Pain blows up the whole village.
Oh yeah, I think one person predicted it was going to happen, but no one believed it. But then he destroyed the village, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is shocking!" And then Naruto arrives with this badass look here.
He really did it.
Yeah. I mean, look at this look. I love it. Him in the red cloak. I wish he kept this. I really wish he kept this. It makes him look like his father. But hey. But now we instead get some 3 different versions of cloaked Saiyan chakra, but never mind that. But yeah, I really like this look. But yeah, Naruto arrives, manages to take out one of the Pains that was actually taken out by, let's see, was taken out by Kakashi, but was resurrected by I'm trying to remember which path it was.
It was actually Nagato. It wasn't any of the path. It was Impure World Resurrection. Or something like that.
Yeah, the one that can suck out your soul. I forgot to mention Konohamaru also, the battle with him. Of all the characters to get a fight, it's Konohamaru, but oh well, yeah. Let him have his moment, but yeah. So yeah, one by one, Naruto's able to take down the Pains, but let's see. Yeah. Pain's able to eventually subdue Naruto and then kill Fusaku. Oh yeah, he also murders Suzune, which is as well. That's how the talk with Tsunade ends, but yeah. But
well, he pretty much murdered everyone he could.
Yeah. It's like, let's see. The threat.
You get a death.
The tension's high when, let's see, many long recurring characters are dying. But yeah. But now, let's see, Naruto and Pain have a brief talk in which Naruto lashes out at Pain for destroying his village. But then Pain points out that the leaf did this to him, and then tries to ask him his solution of peace. And perhaps for the first time, a villain has left Naruto speechless, which is a bit shocking.
Actually, from what I even read today, because I was doing it for some of my other articles, and what Kishi intended with that part is to somehow introduce the whole war concept, because Nagato tells Naruto at some point that he doesn't know how it is to be in a war and to lose everything and feel the whole rage and fury. And so he kind of brought that back to him to see, and it sets up the whole war arc, because right after, as we know, right after the Pain arc, we have the intermediate arc that follows with the war arc, and Naruto is finally, able to walk his talk, so to speak,
Oh yeah.
when Neji gets killed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Though that was for other reasons, but oh well.
But yeah, but which is getting to that. Let's see. During this talk, let's see, after Payne's revealed that he plans on using the tail beasts to blow up an entire country, one of the 5 nations, to spread fear. It's then we learn that because I believe his father figure out the real one stuck among them, is that the 6 pains that we see so far is actually just a signal, and the real identity is actually Nagato, but let's see, instead of being
I can't remember right now. Does Naruto learn that Nagato was actually an Uzumaki?
no, I don't think Naruto ever learns that. Let's see, in many ways, it seems a bit.
I think that would have been a key point in everything.
Yep. Could have, should have, would have.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially given that how the Uzumakis were persecuted and they had to, just run all over the world.
Yeah. One thing, seems like there's a limit of 40 minutes recording, so I'm going to pause this and end this as like part 1 of the Pain discussion. Then I'm going to re-record again and we go to the second part, if that's okay with everyone.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Only got 20 minutes left, so.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm just going to stop recording and then I'm going to record again. All right.